Namaste and Hari Om. I welcome you to today's episode of Know Your Dharma program with your host Kishor Trivedi. This podcast is conducted with the blessings of Hindu Society of North Carolina and Bharat TV. We have a very, very special guest today, Shri Amitabh Mittal ji, who is the General Secretary of VHPA of America, who is a passionate advocate for the issues of concern to our Hindu community in various venues, including in government institutions. Mittal ji is a truly dedicated Hindu Dharma Sevak. For Roti Kapda Makan, he serves as an insurance agent with New York Life, where he tirelessly ensures the financial well-being of community members. He lives in Chicago with his wife, who contributes to Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. They have 2 accomplished daughters and a son. The topic today is Ram Mandir Rath Yatra organized by VHPA. And I want to point out, incidentally, yesterday was the 7,138th birthday of Bhagwan Sri Ram, according to some knowledgeable people. Some others might say it occurred hundreds of thousands of years ago. Anyway, Amitabh ji, thanks very much for taking your valuable time to talk with us on this podcast. But before we get to the Rath Yatra itself, please tell us about the 500 years long struggle to reclaim the birthplace of our revered Bhagwan Sri Ram. Amitabh ji.
Jai Shri Ram, and thank you, Professor Trivedi. Thank you for inviting me to your podcast and reaching out to your audience. 500 years of struggle. It is not enough time to sum it up. From the very onset of the assault on the Ram Mandir, Bhavya Ram Mandir in 1528, the struggle begins right there. A disputed place, some people call it, but we never call it disputed place. It has always been the birthplace of Rama, our Bhagwan, our guide. He is the Maryada Purushottam Dharma Sthal. So there has never been a dispute about it. The welcoming Hindu Samaj, our essence is that the other words like secularism and Dharma Nirapeksha, they are later inventions of the people who actually wanted to suppress the true dharmic and accepting philosophy of Sanatan Vedic Dharma. We call it Sanatan, forever. So when something is forever, everything goes with that, because everything is forever. Now we are in a loop. Even the scientists today believe the expansion contraction of the universe, that has been described in our Vedas, in our Dharma scriptures for a very long time. So yes, there was a struggle. Yes, there is a struggle ongoing. There is always a conflict in human life. And this is another conflict in human life that we had to go through. 500 years it took, but there was never an armed attack on anyone. There was never by force. We are people of the peace. We are the true people of believing that if you stay with the Dharma, Satyam eva jayate. Asatya can have million assaults. Satya has to speak once, and all the ahankar goes away. Like I was saying earlier today, the darkest moment in the day is 3 a.m. in the morning. But when the first light of the sun comes, all darkness dispels, right? So the first light of sun shone yesterday as a tilak on Ram Bhagavan Lala, on Ramanomi, showing us that the rays of truth have arrived and the darkness will be dispelled. And all the sacrifices over 500 years by hundreds of thousands of Sanatanis, be in the garb of Nihangi Sikh, be in the garb of white Jaina, be in the garb of Bhagava, Sant, Brahmachari, Sannyasi, every aspect, a Grahani who's going there to struggle, a father, a mother, a child, grandchild struggle is going on, right? And eventually the truth wins, and we have the Ram Lala home back, and it is our um, blessing from Ram that we are the one who are witnessing the sacrifices made by people before us, and we are so thankful that we have to see this day. That is how I can. There is not enough time in this program to go over the history of it.
Yeah, no, I think we need to do another program there where details of these are given. Right now in the media, American media, there is a single line about this, and the whole background needs to be presented, the courts coming in and so on. But
So I
today,
want to mention one thing. The media keeps quoting about the destruction of 1992. But what about 1528? Let's
right.
forget 1528. What about the years 2004, 2003? Bohemian Buddha statues were blown up in front of the world's eyes. There is not a mention any time from anybody. The entire Iraqi museum destroyed, Syrian museum destroyed in front of people's eyes, broadcasted by CNN. Why there is no mention of that?
That's right.
But and then nothing.
Yeah, I'm go on.
No. From the same forces who destroyed the Ram Mandir in 1528. That is all I wanted to say.
That's right. But it takes another episode to bring that. But today we want to talk about the beautiful Rath Yatra that you are conducting with dedication. And so first, tell us about who came up with the idea, and then further details of the whole program.
The origin of the idea is built up from the day where you have the Rama Lala Prana Pratishtha Tithi, wo date ko decide hua. When you have the date is decided, and we are all excited that we will go to Ayodhya. Now everyone will go to Ayodhya. The VHP Bharat reached out to us by physically arriving here, like Milind Parandeji, who was the General Secretary back then of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad Outreach Vistarak. He came to a Brahman of the Americas. He went to South America. He came to US, many cities he visited.
Before
yes. In September of last year, October of last year. He came, Milind Parandeji, he visited us, and in simple terms, he said, your task is to take the message to all the mandirs in America and tell them to hold programs and bring your bhaktas, stay here and watch it on big screen. It will be live broadcasted. No need to come to Ayodhya. And I said, Milindji, there are 1,100 plus mandirs in America. How are we supposed to do this? And his simple answer was, well, you have 1,100 mandirs. In Bharat, we have 500,000 mandirs that we are telling the same. So your task is minuscule compared to what we are doing. And if you call yourself VHPA, the national body of Hindu organizations, then this task is very simple, right? What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to tell people, stay here, watch the Ramalala Prana Pratishtha on large screens. Live broadcast will be there. We will provide you the link that will come from Bharat. And then we will give you the Akshat and Prasad. And we made a promise, as VHPA made a promise, written document sent out to 1,100 plus mandirs. 851 of those mandirs and organizations registered with us. So now you have not I said, Kishorji, I'll give you the Prasad. When and how, there is no description of it, right? But I made you a written promise. I put my signature on it. It has my signature on it. Amitabh Mittal signed that I will get you, stay here, please. I promise you, you will get the Akshat and Prasad. The Prana Pratishtha takes place. The Kalash, there was part of the Prana Pratishtha ceremony. It was brought up by Tejal Ben Shah. She's Joint General Secretary VHPA. It was given to her on January 23rd, very next day, with the Pujit Akshat in there. And she brought the Kalash with her. Everybody was saying, oh, you're going to get stopped by the US Customs and whatnot. All these problems. No, Ram Bhagwan Kripa, she got it home, right?
And she also the Murti, the Utsav Murti also brought.
I'm getting there. So now she brought the kalash with Akshat. So we have 1/3 of the The second part is the Vigraha, the Murti, Ram Lala Murti, and Prasad. They were shipped to Chicago, to our headquarters, to
They were
me.
shipped. I see.
Yeah, they were shipped. I received about 16 pounds of Prasad and Vigraha to me. Okay, so now we have the Vigraha, we have the promised items of the Akshat and Prasad. Now, how do we distribute? I can go fly to North Carolina, meet you, and I can hand it to you. Well and done. But I made promise to 851 mandirs. How do I make that promise come true? FedEx said, and we have experience from our calendar shipments or other mailers that we do. You send out 1,600 of those, and few hundred always come back, and they come back in a very bad shape, to be honest with you. They come ripped or damaged, or even the FedEx box is thrown around and all. So this is Pujit Akshat and Pujit Prasad from Bharat. We don't want to be mishandled, So we decided upon ourselves that I'll take a van, I'll make a rath, I will take it to 851 mandirs as promised by me. So I'm going to each and every mandir, however long it takes. And I know and I'm going to confess here, I made some false declarations to my wife. Oh, it's going to be 30 days. It's going to be 45 days. I don't know how many days it's going to be. So she probably watched this. She's not angry at me at all. The kids are not angry. They're grown up, right? I said. So however it takes time, we will take it. We will bring the prasad and akshat to wherever we promised. We will hand deliver it. We will bring the message of Ram Lala. We will bring his blessings. That is the goal. And we have so far completed about, this is the 20th state we are in, 292 mandirs we visited already. The 293rd will be this evening. And then tomorrow, rest of the Florida. And by tomorrow evening, we hope that we complete 20 states and 28 remain in the continuous United States. And how the program is going, we may think about expanding it to covering Alaska and Hawaii somehow, but it's still on the paper.
And so how many miles have you driven by now?
83 something, 8,300.
So by the time you're done, it'd probably be 20,000 or more.
25,000 or more, the way it is looking. Now we're getting in the larger states. The distances are more. Like we started yesterday at 7,900. By the time we reached back here, is 83, 8,400.
Tremendous dedication. You are our Advani ji. Yes.
I think that is, he had a different goal. It was part of the struggle. See, that is a longer story to talk about, right? That was Avahan. So this is an Avahan, an awakening call to the Hindu Samaj in America that is disconnected. When I say to someone, even my own family members ask me, oh, I wrote down 260 and 16th temple visited. And my sister goes, are there that many mandirs in America?
Mm-hmm.
People don't even know. We don't know, right? And varied communities. You have Bhutanese, Nepalis, Sri Lankans, Caribbean, different variation of Caribbeans.
That's right.
And I tell you, they stay up 10 p.m. at night. We say we're going to be an hour late. No problem. Come whenever you can. We will stay. And you think there'll be very few people there. No, it's packed. And they're welcoming, they're singing songs, beautiful bhajans that you never heard before. It's just amazing reception. It's not for us, it is for Ram Lala.
That was my next question. You already covered how the mandirs and devotees have received you. Very enthusiastically.
Very enthusiastically. Their love, their devotion for Ram Lala is unimaginable. They're people who are receiving him with tears flowing down their eyes. They're people receiving him with joyous laughter. So you have the extremes of both ends of joy, tears coming down or loud laughter and loud chants and the drums and the shankha sound. And middle of the night, 10 p.m. Hartal is going and we're saying, oh, the next door neighbors may complain because this is a small mandir in the middle of the community. Let them complain is the answer. Like, this is a joyous day for us, right?
So do you think that this yatra will contribute to uniting our Hindu Samaj in some way?
That is the hope. That's a hope. And I think the message is now that you are not alone is getting to the people. Like we have a tendency of, oh, I have everything is within Chicago. There's nothing outside Chicago. Everything is in here. Because the way the society is built, you have your Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco. Everybody has that, and they think that's it. We don't need to go out, right? I remember when I came here 87, 80, and you had to drive 40 miles to get something. And we didn't mind driving 40 miles to get a little bit of poha or something. But now it is less than 5 miles away. So the community is constricting itself. It doesn't know there's this larger presence of our community out there. Our community is quiet. We do look at the data and say Hindu American community contributes 10% to the GDP of US, right? And it's like, oh yeah, but that's Nadala, or that's the CEO of MasterCard, that's the CEO of Microsoft, that's the CEO of Google or whatever. No, it's not them. It's every single one of us is contributing. And that is why it is 10%, right? And then we don't see, and like we're living everyone's living in a well, be honest with myself included, right? Now you see the larger presence of Hindu in America, an awakened Hindu. That is what we need, an awakened Hindu that can spread peace and prosperity. And our core message with saying, hey, we accepted Jews when nobody accepted Jews. When they were routed from their homeland, they came to Bharat. There was a whole community of Jews living in Bharat. When the Polish invasion happened by Nazis, they went to Bharat. The Polish community came to Bharat. That's the only place they received refuge. Why did they accept that refuge? Because they know they won't be harmed, right? When Parsis came, they said, we carry our fire. We need to make sure that it is always lit. The king said, why not? We will give you a place and we'll guard it and we'll make sure nobody disturbs it. We are Sanatan. Everything comes in and it becomes accepted. There is no questions asked. We are the people of the flowing land of Ganga and Yamuna, where you put anything in it, it becomes pure.
Yeah,
we accept everything.
Indeed, knowing our past, knowing our scriptures, and removing all the fault lines. Fault lines may be different sampradayas or different language groups. We are all one. We are all one. That message has to.
The American individualism versus our individualism. You have 4 people sitting on the table, 5, I keep forgetting my son, 5 sitting on the table, eating the same meal. We will eat differently. So inherently, humans discriminate. And I say, I'll give you a box of donuts. And there's a chocolate donut, and there's an eclair, and there's Bostonian cream and different donuts in there. Why are you picking the Boston cream? Why are you not picking the chocolate? You discriminate. Inherently, humans discriminate. We are all individual, right? That is where and the beauty of it is every individual is accepted. Every individual is beautiful. Every individual contributes their way. It's no discrimination. It is not discrimination. It's contribution. We are looking at the wrong way. We're looking at who contributes what. That is Sanatan Dharma.
That's right. That's right. In the process, are you getting more members to VHPA?
I am not looking at the data, but the way the response is, I believe we will have a lot of people joining the cause. They know that there is something exists. They want to be part of it, but we are not looking at the flowing data. I had a conversation back office, and the person I asked, for something else, and I said, for the Sangeet Academy competition, how many registrations? Oh, I thought you called me for the VHPA membership registration because that's gone crazy. And I said, I don't know. We don't want to look at the data because focus on the task at hand. Keep on moving forward. We will look at it once the Yatra is Samapan completes in sometime in May or early June. And then we will look at hey, what were the results? Did we accomplish something or not? That is not even our purpose right now. Our purpose is I gave a written commitment to you. I will give you Akshata and Prasad. I want to make sure that is delivered. Once that is complete, then we look at what did Professor Trivedi how did he enjoy it? Did he respond to it? Did he say thank you VHPA, or did he not? Right? We don't have to look at that data right now. Our task is make sure we keep our promise.
Now, for me, I'm a life member of VHPA.
No. I'm just using your name.
And
Thank you. But I'm saying, like, what are you doing in addition to being a life member, right? You have to do something in addition now. Are you doing that or not? But my task or our task as VHPA is keep a promise, right? राम ने अपने पिता के प्रॉमिस के लिए वनवास किया, उनका प्रॉमिस नहीं था, राजा दशरथ ने प्रॉमिस किया था। वो तो डिनाई कर सकते थे, आजकल के प्रिंस तो बहुत कुछ डिनाई कर देते हैं कि बाप ने बोला मैं क्यों करूं। ये तो राम के नाम पे हमने प्रॉमिस लिया है, अगर हम वही काम नहीं करेंगे तो उसके, और फिर हमारा जो है गीता का श्लोक, राइट, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन। I don't have any right to ask anyone, did you register yet? Did you donate yet? Are you going to take a task of Hindu Women Network? Are you going to take a task of support Sharda Scholarship? Are you going to take a task of Hindu Pact? Are you going to take 21 projects are there? Which part are you going to do? I'm not asking that, because our part is, our karma is delivering Akshat and Prasad.
But at the same time, I think it's worthwhile, certainly through this podcast, that we should encourage people to become members of VHPA. We should encourage people to contribute to the child program, VHP child program that I do contribute. We should encourage people to join HMEC conference that will take place in September. So there is no harm in, and also whatever little fundraising you need for the trip, right? This yatra. I know there is a box that was being carried by you all. So I hope there is collection taking place there. So there money is needed, right? There's no.
No, as I was saying, I firmly believe in the karmanevadikaraste, because we are doing our karma. If I focus on the phal, I will detract from my work. My work is keep on moving to the next stop, give the prasad, move on. That bhakta will do his or her duty, right? That is up to them. I did my karma. They need to do their karma. My karma phala will come. Good, bad, whatever shape it is, it will come. For VHPA, karma phal will be there. What shape it will be, we are not worried about. That is all I'm saying.
But since you are going to all these many temples, I don't know whether many of them are not familiar with HMEC conference, for example, and it might be worthwhile to take some information.
Yeah, we spent. I think we were at HMC and we did talk about. We spent good amount of time on HMEC. Join HMEC, come to HMEC. There's a whole detailed explanation what HMEC is and what Hindu Mandir Priest Conference is also. So we do explain that. The steps are the 10 steps. When we get to a mandir, first we do the Akshat Samanvay. We mix the Akshat we have from Ayodhya with the Akshat that is provided by the mandir. We mix the Prasad with that we brought from Ayodhya with the mandir that is prepared Prasad. And then we talk about the questions people had on the day of the Prana Pratishtha. Then we talk about the Sharda Scholarship. Then we talk about the HMEC, HMPC. We talk about joining VHPA, how to join VHPA, what you can do in VHPA. Yeah. And then we do prana from the audience that they will go to Ayodhya. Then we give them a little bit a description of why Ram Mandir Rath Yatra. And then I have 2 quiet steps that I take those steps. I bow down to the Murti, Vigraha, and the Kalash. And I take permission that we can move forward. Are you satisfied with your bhakta's presence? And then we move forward. That's it. Those are the 10 steps. And they include what you ask for. Everything is included in a very streamlined, quick process.
And what about I remember, because I don't hear too well, you mentioned 4 promises, 4 questions that you had.
Yes.
Can you present to the audience here?
The 4 questions people there were several questions people asked that night or day, wherever you are. I was here, so at that night so many questions came in from all over on the media. People are asking. So the top 4 questions were, when we see the Ram Bhagwan Murti, it is always white marble. Why is Ram Lala Murti black? That is number one question everyone's mind. And they say, oh, they made a mistake. It's probably Krishna's murti or something, or the guy was not thinking, oh, the alankar is wrong. It is too much southern, too much northern, and that kind of conflict, right? Human nature, right? So I'm talking about four different people talking four different things. And then the stone, where did the stone came from? The stone came from Nepal. The media showed some people dragging a shila on a cart. And so those questions are answered in this pamphlet. And briefly, I can say the stone for the murti came from Karnataka, not Nepal. So that media news was not right. The murtis have always been of dark stone. In some part back in history, they were changed from dark stone to the white stone. And for that, every mandir we have visited, we have given the task to the Pujari ji or whoever does the satsang or pravachan to study those answers and distribute the truth to the bhaktas in the mandir. About 1872, just to be giving a little bit of history, the British officers commissioned the first marble statues. So that is the turning point. Like 5 generations it takes, but in the recent history, the Chinese, when they took over Hong Kong, Hong Kong had a different language, Cantonese. The mainland China, the Mandarin was imposed, and there was a resistance from the Hong Kong population. We're not going to learn Mandarin. It's fine. We're not going to fight with you. They're very. So the people who speak Cantonese, they can continue speaking Cantonese. We'll introduce Mandarin in the kindergarten. Then next year it will be kindergarten plus first grade. So in the last 20 years, the Hong Kong that was only Cantonese speaking, now everyone is speaking Mandarin. Same thing happened here, 1872. British commissioned murtis to be white marble. And then boom, suddenly you have murtis, white marble became popular, looking more, and then in your head, Fair and Lovely comes along. You have to be fair, you have to be white, you have to be white. So that is where the turning point is. And I say, between 1858 and 1873 or 1874, all these laws that the British made were to oppress our dharmic structure, or the structure that kept America strong. Like we talk about Macaulay, yes, it's one aspect of it. But from 1858 to 1873-74, several of these things were done to oppress the dharmic traditions of Bharat. And they've taken hold. We have forgotten our origins, right? And hopefully with this new resurgence, thanks to our government in India, I didn't want to bring it up, but Narendra Modi government finally, I have to say, after 1,000 years, you finally have a Hindu who is ruling Bharat, and he's bringing back our ideology, which is at the core is of the true peace and true tranquility. So we have to study the laws that the British made from between 1858 and 73-74, which caused all these confusions in our society, divided north versus south. So the alankar is not north and south. It's a traditional alankar that has always been there. That is the decor on the murti, the way it is done, the traditions that are followed. It is by the book. It's in the Vedas, 2,500-year-old. Plus that 2,500, most people say, but they're much older than that. But it is coming directly from the Vedas, the instructions. We are only being diverted into thinking differently.
Very good. Now, one thing that bugged me all through all the stories coming from Bharat kept saying idol of Ram Lalla, idol of Ram Lalla. How do we change this? Idol is a negative word. And
we have to say it. We have to say it. So when I ask for the prana, I don't call it vow. I say we're going to take a vow. No, we are not taking a vow. We're taking a prana. That's coming from my very soul, my life. That is what I'm committing, right? And in the line is, whenever I get a chance to go to Bharat, not India, Bharat. What a beautiful name Bharat is. It is not in India, indigenous, it's a very primitive society. What India is, that's what the meaning of the word is, right? Bharat is the land that is doused, that is shining, that is bha, the light, rat, the डूबा हुआ है रोशनी में जो, वो है land.
No, I understand what you're saying about India. I was referring to word idol.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
If we don't use it, we don't use the right term. How the other are going to use it?
That's right.
We call it the Ram Lala Murti, Ram Lala Vigraha. That is what we're calling it. We never call it idol. So
Yeah, but
if we change ourselves, others will follow.
No, but constantly all news coming from India about this idol of Ram. Even yesterday, I wrote one of the writers in Rediff that please consider not using the word idol.
It's not idol.
And so somebody once explained to me, statue is for statue can be for anything. Murti is of a Bhagwan, and when Murti is consecrated, it becomes Vigraha.
Because it has life.
Yeah.
It's not stone. See, that is Prana Pratishtha is after it's a very detailed process, right? Why does it, like you are doing a simple ceremony? No. It is 11 days, 18 days, 32 days. From the day it was announced, certain people kept fasting from that day on.
That's right.
Right? They're nameless, but they kept fasting till the Prana Pratishtha was completed. The eyes are opened it is a magical moment. Even the artist who created the statue, he said, no, it is not the same what I put it here 11 days ago, what I installed here. This is not the same thing anymore. It changed. Why did it change? The power of our process changes it, and it becomes a vigraha. It doesn't remain a statue.
So what I want to pass on to our audience is that please never use the word idol for our revered murtis. I call it murti, or better yet, vigraha when it is
vigraha, and then never call India. Start calling Bharat.
That's right. And there are many other words. One is mythology. If you say, oh, this is mythology, you're saying this never existed, this never happened.
Itihas
or Puranas or our stories, but not mythology, not idol, and not Bharat, not India, but Bharat. Is there any other message you want to pass on to our audience?
The message is, if the audience is not would like to follow where the yatra is going, I personally don't call any family or friends. If they appear on a mandir, they appear in a mandir. It is up to them. All I say is from your program, another program, just message to the people, follow the website yatra.ramamandir2024.org or bharatvnow.com, bharatvnow.com to see where we have been and where we are going. And if you would like to come and get the message in person and get the prasad and akshad in person, please come there. Ram Lala is coming to your mandir. It is up to the bhaktas to go, right? And bhakta need not be informed. So I simply tell you a story, not a story that I don't believe most of the time in that coincidences or this. Nothing is coincidence. So we were driving on a highway where there's these gas stations. They don't have they're under construction or renovation or whatever, so they don't have the proper facilities. So I wanted to go to the bathroom, and there's no bathroom. There's the water parties outside. Like, I can't go there. Let's keep on driving. We are an hour away. I'll wait. And then Tejal ji with me, she saw, oh, there is a sign for the gas station, right? They probably have a good facility. Let's go there. It's middle of the farm fields and all that. We just take a turn, exit off the highway, go about a mile. There's nothing. It's still cornfields and whatnot. And she says, no, I saw a sign. Keep on going. So, okay, we go. In the middle of nowhere, there is a gas station, mobile gas station, right? We go there, and there are two Indian girls working there. One Punjabi girl and one Gujarati girl. And we go there, and I have no need to go to the bathroom anymore. Okay, I have no hurry or nothing. Everything disappeared from my mind, or feelings are gone. And I said, okay, now I'll have tea or something. So maybe, so I trying to make a tea. I make a tea, and then I tell the girl at the counter when I'm paying for it that we have Ram Bhagwan with us and we are going on this journey. So she comes out to take a look at him. The teacup that I had, the lid blew off with the wind from somewhere. Somehow the wind came and the lid blew off. And as I thought I put it tightly or whatever, the lid blew off. So she comes, first girl comes, she looks at it while the other girl is mending the counter. She looks at it, the Vigraha, the Ram Bhagwan, and she does her naman. And because my lid blew off, she says, I'll send the other girl to bring the lid. Don't go in. Don't worry about it. The other girl comes out. She takes the darshan. Then only we can move forward. So Bhagwan also went to the bhaktas where they were. There are these two girls in middle of nowhere. I need to give them Shakti. Let's go there. And we did. And I said, so this is not a, if the bhakta is worthy, he or she will come, or Bhagwan will take us there.
Yeah, there is a bhajan that says, Yatra, wherever my devotees are, that is where I reside, not in Yogina Radhe Cha Mad Bhakta Yatra Gayanti Pratishtami Narada. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. Well, so this is a wonderful conversation, and I'm sure we'll have another one in the future. Amitabh ji, thank you very, very much. Dhanyavad. Hari
Thank
Om.
you.
Namaste.
Hari Om.
And Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram.